All right, going ahead and launching the stream here a few minutes early. Kind of an interesting setup here on the Nasdaq here. Potential for a long, looks like possible. Just trying to look and see, make sure I'm not missing anything. There you go. So you don't just turn it on and jump in. Okay, we do have a fair value gap here too. Looks like it traded up into, so maybe targeting this swing low here for this move down. Bouncing back up here. ES is finally kind of trading out of this range as well. Maybe getting a break to the downside here. Try to be a little patient here before we just jump in. Pivot down on the Nasdaq at the 14,502 area, so right there at the low of day. Kind of creating a fair value gap here. So maybe if we trade back up into that, we'll let this gap form, trade back up into it. Possibly get short then. Have to be aware we do have two gaps here. One here and then one here. All right, on the 1 minute chart, we have the fair value gap there. Can go ahead and take the entry here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the short entry off the 1 minute chart here. Targeting this swing low here to the downside. See if we can get this move down. Bouncing back up into the fair value gap right now. Do have to be aware here that there is another gap above here, so there is a possibility that it tries to trade back up into there, but I don't know if I have any interest in holding it that far. Like to see it just kind of move on, start moving down, here pretty quickly. Otherwise, we just may kill it. Not liking how it's reacting to the gaps so far. This is really where my stop should be, somewhere up here. Actually, a little higher than that, but I'm just going to eyeball this bottom gap. Make a decision based on that. All right, I think I'm going to move my stop down to here. I know that's not really what I should be doing, but I want this trade to go. It needs to go now if it's going to go. If it continues trading up, then I'm not really interested in trading staying in the trade at that point. All right, getting a little push down here. Gonna go ahead and try to reduce my risk a little bit here. Move it to the top of this little swing high here. Might get stopped out, but that's all right if we do. Not in love with this trade now that I got into it, so. All right, stopped out there for a $100 loss on that account. I didn't really give that trade enough room to work. Something I'm working on there. Took it on the top step account, so I had to kind of pull that up there for you to be able to see it. Could have taken it off there at break even, but didn't. All right, let's just be patient. Look for the next potential trade here. It's kind of thinking I might take this long here. Yeah, I'm thinking about trying to long here. So we're long right here on the ES. Seeing if we can't get this move up here. Stop at break even here. It's already it's a little bit of a riskier entry, but I feel like it might go here. I'm actually going to put my stop here at $50. So very short stop on this trade here. Just trying to think in here. Maybe we can get a bounce in this area. See if we can't get this $100 back that we just lost at least. And I'm going to move the stop to break even. It's not really going as fast as you know what? No, I'm not. I keep forgetting this is the ES, and the ES is going to move a bit slower here. So I have to have a bit more patience. I'm going to give this a little bit more room here. Let's see. Kind of have an order block in this area here. Dog's barking. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and put my stop here, break even. I don't like how long that's taken to kind of go. Sorry, my dog's barking. Still kind of watch this. If we get going, we may re-enter. All right, trying to move on up here. All right, we're going to go ahead and re-enter here. Looks like price is moving in the right direction. Possibly re-enter on the Nasdaq, or enter on the Nasdaq too if it breaks above the VWAP there. All right, let's see if we can get this NQ going here. NQ kind of rejecting that VWAP area. All right, going to go ahead and enter here on the NQ. Going to go ahead and move this stock to kind of break even, $50. Want to see it go here. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to trail up the ES a little tighter here. Nasdaq is now going to be at break even. And let's kind of stopped out on both there. Oh well, got $100 on the ES. Got that small loser back we had earlier. $30 on the NQ. Move the stops too quickly there. Feel like this is going to go, but kind of creating a fair value gap here on the way up, so we could re-enter possibly. We get a pull back into that gap area. See if this gap forms and maybe we trade back into it. We can ride it higher. Got to start trusting my trade though, because I was long here from the 75. I bought back in at the 77. Just could have been a $200 winner there instead of a $100 winner. So let's see if this fair value gap forms here. Maybe we trade back into it before heading higher. All right, working on this fair value gap here. See if it forms. Maybe we'll trade back into it, offering us another entry. All right, so we did get this gap here to form. Let's go ahead and put our order on the book here, see if we can get tagged in. All right, let's see if we can get tagged in on these entries here. Try to do a little better at holding these. All right, we're tagged in on both. All right, tagged in long on both here. Let's see what happens. See how price reacts to these fair value gaps. Both traded back into them, so let's see if we can get a push up here. ES trying to push up here. Nasdaq should follow. So I think I'm going to probably target 5 handles here on the ES. If we can get to moving here. Looking for 15 on the NQ. Getting the the itch here to move my stops up. Trying to fight that urge here. NQ kind of pulling back here. I don't know if I'm loving the way this is kind of reacting here, so I am going to move this one to break even. I know that's not what I'm supposed to do, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm even going to move this one. I'm not liking the way this looks. Looks like this is going to pull back, but all right, not the way we want to start off the afternoon there with a couple of losers, but oh, that was tough. Don't like it. Well, part of the reason why I'm not trusting that 100% is we do have these relatively equal lows down here, as you can see on both charts. Still in this gap here, we could always re-enter. All right, pulling back into the lower gap here from earlier. We trade through this order block here, then we could just go ahead and take a short for the move down to these equal lows here. Feel like that's kind of what this is doing. It traded back up into this bearish fair value gap and moving down. Well, it's kind of bouncing out of that area. Didn't really expect that, but get back above the VWAP here. We may re-enter. I take this move up here on both on the NQ. All right, let's give this a go here. Well, that's not looking promising. And kind of eyeball this swing low, and hopefully it respects that. All right, we're going to go to break even here. Stopped on the one on the left there. I'm going to try to give this one room enough to go. Trying to be patient with this last one here. See if we can get this move up. Break even stop here, so can't lose. Like more though. You can go ahead and lock in 3, 2 handles. I don't know. Didn't really give that enough room to work out, to be honest. I think it's going to go higher, but and of course now it wants to go, right? Frustrating because I outlined this fair value gap here and it literally traded right back into it. I didn't keep it on there. See if we can get this quick move through the 80, 81 area. I hate re-entering like this, but all right, we're not entering that anymore. Let's just wait. Missed our entries. this is supposed to be the entry here. And then here could have offered us another opportunity here to get long. We didn't take it. Quite certain it's gonna, probably take this high out here, but ES finally above the VWAP, looking pretty strong there. Moving my stop way too fast. Just not trusting the trade. Didn't give this. I was long here, but didn't give this enough room to work out. I don't know. I'm thinking about entering again here, even though I said I wouldn't. Pretty big reversal here. All right, we're going to try to take another stab at this, even though I said I wouldn't. Just going to target. Really wanted to buy there at the VWAP. I didn't pull the trigger, and now I'm 5 points ahead of it, 5 points above it. Just kind of watching price here to see what happens here. I did post on TikTok, Jack. There's a TikTok on there now under methodical_man. If it breaks this 20 SMA, then it's not going to be a good look here. Problem today is I'm not taking the proper entries. I'm getting in too high, buying the top, going against what I already know that I shouldn't do. All right, I'm going to start to minimize my risk here. I don't want to. If this thing doesn't go here, then move my stop to $200 here. I don't want to risk any more than that if it breaks this swing low that it just created. Then we don't want to be participating at that point. Gonna move my stop up here. It's kind of eyeballing that $100 level here. If it stops me out here, then it just stops me out. Almost got me there. All right, stopped out there on that trade. All right, we've given some back this afternoon, not trusting our entries and kind of buying the top when we know we shouldn't. So we're going to just be aware of that. It actually looks pretty decent for the push up here. The problem is I should have been long from down here and not up here. So ES is trying to break out here. Break to the upside there. All right, I'm going to take an entry here on the ES. I'm just going to target this this swing high here. Nasdaq's finally starting to push up as well, which is kind of what we were looking for there. Really want to see price continue up here. Kind of buying the top here again, but entry on this should have been 82. Really down here at the 77, but I'd like to see it trade through here and just take out this swing high. Nasdaq trying to push up here. Probably going to make it through that 80 level that I was looking at earlier. Kind of wanting to re-enter there on the Nasdaq, but not do it. Keep myself from doing it there. Like to see price just continue higher here. Don't really want to see this kind of come back very much. Could be in a potential reversal area. So really want to see price just push straight through here. Trying to be patient here, but this is this is painful. It's painful to me. All right, I'm really considering just go ahead and taking this off. All right, Nasdaq reapproaching here, trying to push through. I think we're going to get this pushed through here. I'm going to go ahead and drop this at break even. One tick above. There we go. The quick push through there is what we're looking for. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this to break even also. Locking in $50 now. 62, 75. All right. It's going to keep going probably to this swing high, but probably could have got more out of this breakout, but therein lies the problem. You know, when you buy the top and you lose 105 on it and you lose, I mean, like I took, I don't know, 2-3 losses on this trying to get this move up. Just over trading, not trusting the trade there. If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, so you can follow along. I'm going to kind of be a little more careful the rest of this afternoon. Just don't want to give any profits back, but I would like to get a few $100 more this afternoon would be nice. I think we're down probably $40 since we started the afternoon stream, so nothing crazy, but still not going the way we want it to go. I'm kicking myself now. I mean, let's just go back and look. I mean, look, we bought long at 75. Where are we at? 86. I mean, there's no real reason to even taking this trade off. I mean, this is what I got to work on. I say this every time I trade. I mean, it's what I got to work on. You know, same thing over here on the NQ. I mean, we took this entry here at this fair value gap. I guess we would have got wicked out there, but if we were paying attention to this gap, then our stop should have been here at least. But I don't know. There's several different ways you can look at it, I guess, but let's just be happy that we're in the green right now. Took a couple of those, I think, trades this afternoon. We shouldn't be taking those, but looks like it wants to continue higher. Probably going to take out this swing high. Wouldn't be surprised if this works its way the rest of the way through this gap. Approaching the 3 o'clock hour here in 5 minutes. So maybe we can get us a nice trade in power hour here, end of the day strong. That would be nice. Do have a pivot at the 598, 14,598 on the Nasdaq here. Not too far off from that. That's kind of where this swing high is here. Then on the ES, we're actually approaching the pivot now at 42.86. That's kind of, we rejected that pivot earlier here. So like I said, kind of a potential reversal zone up here. You got those pivots. We kind of rejected these areas earlier. So potential turn back down coming soon. Also approaching the top of the hour. We'll have that 315 macro turn on and kind of give us an idea of where we should be going. All right, trying to make its way through this pivot here, 42.86 on the ES. Nasdaq pushing up here. It's just kind of a slow grinder higher. Those aren't the moves that I'm great at, because that means you got to hold it, and it's not what I'm great at doing. Holding the trades for extended periods is not my strong suit. Let's see. Somehow my indicators are not on my 5-minute chart. All right. Got that chart set back up. Let's see here. So you can see we moved above the VWAP, traded back down to it. Could have been a nice little entry here. Fair value gap. And the VWAP above the SMA. Could be a nice easy entry and just hold it up. One more nice trade would be nice on each account. That would be ideal. Find one more setup. Pushing through. Price is trying to push through here, approaching the swing high. Approaching that 88, just purged that liquidity from the swing high here. Possible reversal area now. Well, I'd imagine it will take this high too, so probably up a little bit before we possibly move back down. Just passed across the 3 o'clock time here. Yeah. Tired today. All right, Nasdaq pushing up here. ES is taking that liquidity now. Like I said, kind of a lot of resistance here at 88. Doesn't mean it can't push through there, but so approaching that pivot there at 99,599 on the NQ. See how it reacts here after it took these highs out. See if we can't may get a bit of a pullback here before continuing higher. How's it going, Bobby? Appreciate it. Haven't really made the best trades this afternoon, but that's okay. You're not going to win them all, you know. Trying to move through the 14,600 level here on the NQ. Get above 600, we may chase the high a day, but got to at least clear that area first. Approaching that 600 level here, I'd expect it to just kind of move right through there. I don't see how it leaves that liquidity there at 600. ES had a little pullback here, a little micro pullback. Now it's headed back up. All right, here we are at the pivot and the 600 psych level. Typically you'll get an overshoot here, the 05 to the 10 level, something like that, before it pulls back. But with that pivot being there, I'm not sure if that'll be the case. All right, starting to get this little overshoot here. Pushing through here, approaching that 605 level. All right, let's see if we can get this candle to close above the 600 level here. Don't really want to see it retrace here if we're going to continue on to take out this high day. Excuse me. All right, well, we closed above 600, but then immediately rejected. Immediately rejected it. Just kind of a slow grinder here. It's okay if you're long from, way earlier, but it's a difficult hold when you're not. At least for me. All right, kind of getting a little pullback here. A lot of resistance at 88. You have that new week opening gap there. There's a pivot at 86. So really want to see this thing stay above 85 for the push higher. Maybe push up to the high day on the ES. Similar situation on the NQ here. All right, pulling back in here to the low 90s. All right, looks like we might get this push back up. Maybe just a little consolidation in this area before it decides to continue higher. Got a couple of fair value gaps up high there. Let's see if it kind of respects those or not. Yeah, you're right, Bobby. Keep the losses small. That's what I try to do, but sometimes I miss a lot of the moves because I enter and then I just don't trust it. Move my stop to break even way too fast. Or I set my target too short. We got this fair value gap here that it seems to be respecting so far. There's one down here as well, one there. ES is trading up into a 5-minute fair value gap there. I don't think you can really see it on, but it's right in this area. It's at 42.89 to 42.90. Got a bearish fair value gap up here as well on the NQ. All right, getting a bit of a pullback here now. I was going to say I'm not going to be 100% confident in this fair value gap here, but I haven't really been all that confident in any of the trades this afternoon, right? Could bounce out of here, or it could retrace, all the way back into one of these other gaps before continuing higher. Yes, I mean, this gap right here would be in the premium. So really, this gap. It's kind of what I'm looking at here. I don't really want to jump in here until, possibly get a pullback into this area here. It is bouncing out of the area right now, but we all know as quickly as I get in there, it's going to turn the other way. Yeah. NQ touched the 78.6 fib. Yeah, it did. I mean, it certainly seems like it's going to continue higher. I would just like a little deeper of a pullback here. I guess you could take this entry, but I feel like this is probably a better zone. Trying to push back up here. Bouncing right out of that zone. All right, kind of trying to trade back down here. ES really holding up right there above the pivot point and that new week opening gap. Yeah, my psychological stuff, Bobby, on my trading's the toughest part there. I can most of the time recognize the trades and I know what I should and shouldn't do. Doesn't mean I don't still do those things, because I certainly do. But I move my stop far too fast for the style of trading that I have. But all right, ES trying to make a new high here. Thinking it's probably going to bring the ES with it, or the Nasdaq with it. Almost want to take an entry here, but I'm not sure where I would place my stop if I took an entry here, because I have to be aware that it could trade back down into this gap. Let's just be patient here and wait. Let's just be patient and wait. If ES breaks out here, then I'll probably take a long on the NQ for the possible follow through here. It's not going to be a huge trade. Oh man, is it just me or is this just moving so slow today? Yes, trying. Well, just kind of watching this area here to see if we can't find an entry, but ES is holding up here, but it's just failing to go. All right, we'll take a quick long here. Stop's going to be at break even already here, which might be a mistake, but I don't think it is. Want to see this just go. And that's what I'm talking about there. Move my stop way too fast. Way too fast. I know that we're going to kind of get a small rejection here at 600, so I don't know why I moved my stop up. Shouldn't move it up yet because it's going to consolidate there at the 600 before it kind of pushes through, if it's going to push through, which is what it'll do here. Watch. What is going on over here with the ES? I don't even see. It's like my chart is dead. I don't see the price line at all. I mean, am I blind? Oh, there it is. Now it's moving. Oh, I guess there is no price line. Oops, I don't know what I clicked. There we go. I don't think I need them all on there, but not this middle price. Don't really need the opening price either, I don't think. There we go. Perfect. All right, ES breaking out there. NQ not really going with it yet. So the ES has been above that pivot the entire time here. It held the pivot. And NQ is not. NQ is basing below the pivot and the 600 psychological level. Yeah, I'd like to see it push through to the high of day here on the ES and on the NAS. Man, I want to take this long here. Trade back into that 90 level, I may take this long. If we don't trade to the 90 level, I might take it if we break through 600. Kind of holding up this area here, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's see if we get filled here. Thinking just taking this trade here. I'm going to take that off. I don't like how the ES is kind of rejecting there. Yeah, I was thinking that we might just get that push straight through there, and then I see the ES just getting rejected. I liked how it was moving up, but now we may get this trade back into this 80, 81, 82 level before going higher. Again, got the pivot at 86 here. So maybe a possible pullback into that 86 area, kind of hold that area up. That new week opening gap is over in that area too. You have the 20 SMA here as well. Oh, excuse me. All right, kind of bouncing there. Didn't quite make it to this gap here. All right, ES is starting to push back up here. All right, this be a kind of a risky trade here, but let's go ahead and take it nonetheless. Like to see a nice, man, I got a pretty bad feel there. I guess it must have moved up right when I hit the button. I thought I hit it at 91, but ES trying to push here, make a new high. Stop's going to be at break even there, even though I know I don't know why I do that. I know so much. I know better. I do it anyway. It's all right. All right. Well, it's kind of my fear there. I was thinking that, you know, sometimes moving your stop is fine, but man, goodness. We're so twitchy today. So twitchy. Certainly looks like momentum is slowing down to the upside here. You can see, I mean, wick, all wick basically, and then this candle's red moving down. So the momentum to the upside definitely is slowing down there. We are at 330 here. So if we don't find some sort of entry here in the next 15 minutes or so, then we may just call it a day. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If you want to follow along every day, do stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9:20 to about 11 a.m. Sometimes longer, and then 2 to 4 typically in the afternoon. May start streaming a little longer. I thought about doing that this week, but really want to get more viewers before I start streaming that, you know, a lot longer here. I mean, do we dare try this entry again? All right. We're basically at our goal, $300 per account. What are we up this afternoon? I think we're up a massive amount. I think we started the afternoon possibly at, where did we start the afternoon at? I'm just curious. Let's look and see. I can't remember, so I have to go back and look. All right, we started the afternoon up $4.98. Okay, so I guess we are up a little bit. We're up about $100 on the afternoon. I thought we were a little more than that. Start of the afternoon. So, hey, so we're in the green for the afternoon. There we go. Can't complain. All the bad stuff we did, we're still in the green. I think we're going to get this pullback here. This looks like some consolidation here before maybe a move higher. Or we could just retrace to the lows, maybe back down to 73 on the ES, 78 area. Just been a slow grinder this afternoon. Very, very slow. Not a whole lot of momentum or anything. I mean, this is just... I was long from here, but as always, I didn't hold it. I mean, and literally long at 2 o'clock, 2:03. And just slow grinder to the upside. This is painful at this point. I mean, the market is just not moving. All right, possible pullback here into that fair value gap there. It's trying. It's moving back. Now the question is, are we going to enter? We're going to see how price reacts to it first. Didn't quite make it to that gap. You know, it's pretty small risk here. It's pretty small risk. Of course, you know, the problem is it could trade to that lower gap. Let's see what happens here. It got me. Try to move it down to the next gap, but didn't quite get it quick enough there. Should have probably had my stop down here at the 70. That's okay. All right. Just watching this, how price is reacting to this next gap. Let me try it one more time here. Let's put our stop where it needs to be. I'm not sure. This is all right. This isn't looking that good there. Oh God. Well, that didn't work. Probably going to look for a short here. Stops you out long. Sometimes you just go short. Well, we got kind of a push down there. Kind of a liquidity grab possibly, and just see if this thing continues on down. Just going to give this a little more room for this push down. I don't like how it ran that liquidity there and didn't make it to this one. But let's see if it'll push on down here. created a fair value gap on the way down here. We have a market structure shift to the downside, so got our stop above the first candle that created the gap. Entry should be like right in this level, not where we're at, but that's all right. And it looks like it might burn us in both directions here. All right, took that one off there for a pretty sizable loser. $360. Well, I do think that's going to wrap up the stream for me today. That pretty much puts us at even on the day. So, like I said, I'll be live again tomorrow, 9:20 a.m. Appreciate you guys watching. Like and subscribe.